Well, when it comes to our teeth, many of us are misinformed. There are many misconceptions over what foods are good, what foods are bad for our pearly whites. We want to keep them as long as we can. So joining us this morning is Dr. Charles Moser of South Texas Dental. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so we're going to go through a little quiz. You know the answers. I don't, because I'm no dentist. So let's start here. Exposure to acidic foods like lemons causes tooth decay. Is that fact or fiction?
Well, you started with a tricky one. It's actually fiction with a caveat. It's not so much that the acid actually causes tooth decay, but acid does break down the enamel and makes the teeth actually a bit more prone to tooth decay. So bit of a tricky one there. Not telling you not to drink the sodas and to eat citrus fruits, but just be a bit careful about the exposure time.
Okay, good advice. And then my dentist told me that I got a cavity because I eat too many sticky, sugary foods. And she said, you need to lay off the sweets.
Well, she's right on that one.
Okay.
It is the sticky sugars that cause the most problem. It's all about exposure time. Sugars, certainly in conjunction with acids, are going to create tooth decay. But the caramels, the raisins, and those Sour Patch Kids that you were talking about.
Yes, I may or may not eat those on a weekly basis.
They're going to cause a little bit more problem than something like a sucker or even just a soda water that gets swallowed pretty quickly.
Okay, what about bottled water? Is that good for our teeth?
Bottled water is going to be fiction on that one. Unfortunately, the manufacturers remove the fluoride out of the bottled water, and most of us are pretty confident that fluoride does help remineralize and strengthen the teeth. So good old Houston tap water is going to be the best way to go on that one.
All right, and the dairy products, do they help rebuild the enamel that is on your teeth? That
would be fact on that one. The dairy products do have calcium, and the calcium is a mineral that will help strengthen, just like the fluoride will, the enamel of the teeth, and it will help prevent tooth decay.
So the cream in my coffee, does that count?
As long as it's sugar-free or low-fat, things like that, I think it's a go.
Excellent. And then bad breath equals bad brushing habits.
Fact and fiction on that one. Certainly there are many reasons for bad breath, and poor oral hygiene is certainly one of them. There are systemic diseases that cause bad breath as well. But removing plaque and tartar from your teeth is a great way to help ensure that you're not going to have bad breath.
What about baby teeth? Do they need to be brushed?
Baby teeth need to be brushed. That is fact. I think that every dentist at South Texas would agree with me that we want to keep those baby teeth as long as possible, as healthy as possible, as space maintainers. Plus, it always looks a little bit nicer in the family photos.
Yes, that is very true. Okay, finally, I think we've got time for one more. Putting aspirin on your tooth will cure a toothache.
We're going to go with fiction on this one. Again, I think if you had a headache, you wouldn't tape the aspirin to your forehead. So again, most of our doctors at South Texas are going to say, let's go ahead and eat the aspirin, put it in our stomach, and let the aspirin do what it's supposed to do.
All right, thanks so much. We appreciate it, Dr. Moser. Good.